Okay. Actually, I guess I don't need this. Okay, here's Donna. Good morning. How are you? All right. So, hi. So we are in. What's the word to use? Dedicated? I don't know. The word that's coming to mind is frantic, and I don't want to use that word. Frantic preparation for my son's bar mitzvah, which is good morning, which is next Saturday. Yes, Rocky. So all of you who remember me walking around here like this, he's having his bar mitzvah. Holy cow. Yes, it's funny because some people gauge their like time of doing yoga with because I like, oh yeah, you were pregnant. So how old is that kid now? That's how long I've been doing yoga, you know? So it has me thinking about ritual, which is something that I find sort of interesting to think about. And I've had this mixed relationship with ritual over the years, you know, and in some ways I find it very sweet and comforting to know that you can walk into a yoga studio anywhere in the world and Sun Salute is going to look the same. You know, you can walk into a synagogue anywhere in the world on a Friday night and the prayers are going to be the same prayers, you know, for the most part. And morning, Lisa. And it's okay. And, you know, anyway, plug in your version of that, right? There's comfort in that. And at the same time, you know, so there's this lovely synchronicity in that, right? Where it connects you to a bigger community, right? To people that perhaps you wouldn't have a connection to otherwise. All right, so, you know, I like to geek out on words and thoughts and things. So ritual, it can be, you know, if you look it up, anything from a procedure for conducting a religious ceremony, that can be a ritual. It can be any customary observance or practice that you're doing, or it can be an automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation. So it's anything from the most rigid, like the right way and the wrong way to do something, to just reactionary behavior or a routine, you know, and sort of anything in between. And what's important about it, though, is that it sort of carves time out of time. You know, it creates a sacredness, or maybe even maybe that's even too heavy of a word, too big of a word, just a delineation of time, you know. And the description of ritual that I like the most is the idea that it is repetition with intention. And so there's all different ways that, you know, ritual gets dictated, whether it's these big ritualistic events. You know, I give my kids the choice if they want to have a bar mitzvah or not, because I'm it's a lot of work. And I want them to, you know, I always say to them, with all three of them, they all chose to do it. And it was okay, you're making this choice right now. I'm not making you do it. So when it gets hard, I don't want to hear it. You know, you chose this, you are choosing this right now. And it makes it more meaningful for them also, you know, that they have the choice and they've chosen to do this thing. And it's like that for, you know, for all of us. So as much as I love that, you know, the calendar can dictate ritual, or, you know, just even the lifespan calendar, something like a bar mitzvah or a communion or a confirmation or something, you know, that you do once, but it's this big thing that you do. That there's this synchronicity in that in a way that brings us together. I also see how sort of rigid, dogmatic behavior doesn't always serve the highest, you know, that where we feel obligated, which is why I make my kids choose, you know. It shouldn't be, there should be a level of your own, what's the word? It's too early in the morning for words. Your own agency in choosing, you know, what you want to do, how you want to do it, right? It shouldn't just be because I'm supposed to. Maybe there's a little bit of that. So there's those parts of it, but then also as a yogi, I also have this sense that we shouldn't have to wait for the calendar to dictate when sacred time is. We shouldn't have to wait until, our age or, whatever to dictate when sacred time is. So if you think about what your rituals are, take a minute, think about it. What are your rituals? Big picture and daily rituals. What are they? Give me something. Coffee, yeah, coffee is always the first one. It totally is, and that's fine. That's a good thing. Like your morning, it's like says, okay, I'm awake. I'm here. I'm appreciating something delicious. I live in this body. I need to nourish it. Great. Yes, coffee. What else? Wordle. Who said Wordle? Yeah, Wordle. Okay, good. Wordle. Yes, Wordle. Love it. What else? Don't say it. No spoilers. Okay, if you did it already. What else? Yoga. Yoga. What else? All right, think about it. Anyway, you'll think about it. But it's, to me, it's these small daily rituals. My morning ritual, I get up, I go to my kitchen, I make my concoction of coffee and a whole bunch of stuff that goes in it. And then I sit and I do my writing every day, no matter what. Even if it's like I just have 10 minutes that day. Some days I write for like an hour. Some days I've got like, nope, it's just 10 minutes. That's all I got today, but I do it, and it's the practice of doing that thing that it makes the sort of daily grind. It gives it meaning, it gives it purpose, it gives it an intention, You start with your yoga, whatever it is, And even as we come to class, yoga class itself has a particular ritual, We come together, we talk for a minute, we quiet, we connect to our breath, we join our voices together to create community, we move together, and sometimes very much in synchronicity and sometimes not in synchronicity, but we're still all together. We sort of cool down, we rest together, we rise together, refreshed with a different intention, So it's like that repetition with intention. All that to say, in our practice today, we're not going to do any like super complicated, there's no set sequences in the style of in Anusara Yoga. If you go to an Ashtanga class, Series A is Series A. Every single time, that's it. That's what you do. You go to a Bikram class, this is what you do. Done. And again, I pass zero judgment on that. Like that if that is your practice, that is your practice, and there's a loveliness in that. And we're going to do a little bit of that today. We don't have set sequences, but much of what we do are focused around the sun salutations, which are set sequences of poses for a variety of reasons that we'll talk about, and to just do the routine of that, to do the practice of it. We'll focus a little bit more on one. I have a teacher who used to say, your class should be 85% familiar and 15%, brand new. And that can be within familiar poses or introducing a new pose or a new idea or, however it is you're doing that. But it's that repetition with intention and the intention. And there is a reason that we set that intention for each practice, because it carves, even just on the psychological, like neurological level, when we do that repetition, it carves the neural pathways that then become easier to travel down. Even in doing that, sets an intention, right? So it circles back. Okay, so let's do some ritual yoga. All right, close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. And as you deepen your breath, just have this sense of everybody breathing together. We have our personal rituals. We have our community rituals. And then within that community ritual, I think it's so beautiful that we have these moments where we come together and we do things together, and yet it's all a little bit personalized. We can feel seen in that. We can feel honored in that. And so just let yourself arrive into this moment of sacred time, these moments of sacred time that we have together. And then bring your hands together at your heart. And as you do that, create an intention for your own practice this morning, whatever that is. It can be from the most mundane to the most magnificent. It doesn't matter. It's just a moment of clarity. And then let's join our voices together. Deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. And as you're ready, release your hands. Let your eyes open. Okay, we're gonna start standing up. So come on up to stand. And you know what, let's face the long edge of the mat so that you've got you can step your feet a little wider. Yeah, so take your feet a little wider than hip distance. And just feel your feet on the floor, press your feet down, spread your toes, make your legs nice and strong, and just have this moment of coming into your physical body, physical presence. And then on your inhale, stretch your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, just let your arms float down. So just the arms. Inhale, circle your arms up, reach up. Fill up with breath and then empty out. One more time, inhale. Good, this time turn your toes out a little and then bend your elbows, bend your knees, sink your hips back. Good, inhale, press your arms up, press your legs straight. Exhale, bend your knees, sit a little deeper. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, hips back a little bit lower, squeeze your elbows, shoulder blades together behind you. Good, inhale, arms up. Last time we'll hold here. Good, and then twist, just turn to the right and then back to center and turn to the left and back to center. And just side to side a couple times with your breath, rotating around your spine. One more time, each side. Good, stretch your legs straight, stretch your arms straight, sweep them up. Exhale, fold forward now, hands to the floor. Of course, if hands don't reach the floor, you can put them on blocks. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back and look forward. So another squat, but yep, with the hands on the floor. And then exhale, stretch your legs straight, fold over. Inhale, bend your knees, hips back, chest forward. Good, exhale, straighten your legs. One more time, bend a little bit deeper, maybe because hands are on the floor now. Good, then straighten your legs and hold here for a moment. Walk your hands back between your feet, any amount more. And then just pulse here with the breath for a few breaths. As you inhale, feel your spine lengthen. As you exhale, fold a little deeper. As you inhale, lengthen a little. As you exhale, round a little more. And one more time, inhale, lengthen a little. And exhale, round a little. Inhale, come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up again. Exhale, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms up. We're going to go into this pattern now. So as you exhale, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to bend your right knee, left hand towards the right foot, right hand to the sky. And then windmill up to center, and exhale to the left. Bend your left knee deeply. Look up over the left shoulder. Inhale, windmill up. First side again, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, second side. Good. Inhale, back up. Sweep your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back. If this is hard on your shoulders, you can always just hold a strap behind you. That's a good way to do it too. Stretch your arms as straight as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Lift your breastbone. Good. Then hinge from your hips, folding forward. If your legs feel really tight, you can always bend your knees here. If you feel pulling in your low back, or if you have a lumbar disc issue, do this one with your knees bent, or else legs nice and strong. Stretch your arms to the sky. Lengthen your neck, head towards the floor. As you inhale, lengthen a little more. As you exhale, fold a little deeper, reach a little higher. One more time. Lengthen a little more. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Good. Inhale, come on up. Reach up. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Step your feet together. Okay, so we're going to go through some rounds of sun salutation, different versions of sun salutation. So these are all flowing, what's the word? The words are not coming into my brain today. Routines, sequences, that's the word. Sequences, there's the word. Just feel free to plug in the word if I can't think of it. Sequences of poses. So we're going to do each one slowly together. We'll sort of break down the poses, and then we'll take it a little faster, and then we'll do it on our own. So come stand at the front of your mat. Each of them starts in Tadasana, mountain pose. So parallel your feet as best you can. Strengthen your legs. And then, so let's just talk form here because it translates into all the poses. So we tend to stand with the pelvis sort of rocked forward, right? Thigh bones over toes. So bring your thigh bones back. So all the bones of your legs are stacking on top of each other. And then draw your outer glutes in, spin your inner thighs back, draw your tailbone down. That's a lot of things that happen at once. Try to do all of them. Lengthen from your hips to your armpits, so you're standing tall, and there's a length and a lift and a fullness to your torso. Lengthen your neck front to back, side to side, lengthen to the crown of your head. And then just take a breath here. This is the first pose. And then feel your breath. And as you inhale, let your arms circle up to the sky. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. Pose number 2, sun salute A, standing forward bend. So you can do this with legs straight, hands on the floor. Legs straight, hands on blocks, or knees bent, hands on the floor. But we want the hands on the floor bearing some of the weight. So whichever way you need to do that pose for your own body, hands should be on the floor. And then we breathe here, and in the inhale, we feel a little bit of length, and in the exhale, we fold a little deeper. And that can be as big or as small a movement as you want to. Do another 2 breaths like that. A little bit of length on the inhale, a little bit of fold on the exhale, and one more time. Okay, good. So sometimes we jump in the sun salutes. If jumping is in your practice, you can plant your hands and hop yourself back to plank, or you can just step yourself back to plank. Plank is the next pose. So the arms are strong. The fingers are spreading out, gripping down to the mat. The legs are strong. The glutes are strong. And then tip your pelvis down. So tip your tailbone down and draw your pelvic floor and your low belly up. Keep your hips high, so don't let them sag down. Don't pike them up. Keep them in line with the shoulders. So you're in a straight line here. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Okay, drop your knees. Next pose is Chaturanga. So this one's a little more complicated. We're going to use a block. Put your block here. I want to work on the form a little bit, and it's hard to work on the form while we're holding the pose because it's a hard pose. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do that, and some of you have done this with me lots of times, but we're going to do the pelvis on the block version. So put your pelvis, like right above your pubic bone, onto the block. Start with your knees on the floor. Okay, now here's the key movement in chaturanga. So when we come from plank to chaturanga, the idea is we shift forward. So slide your hands back a little bit. Don't have your hands out in front. Hands are back. Now bend your elbows. Bring your arms into a right angle. Yeah, so your wrists are right on, your elbows are over your shoulder, elbows are over your wrists, shoulders in line with elbows. Now this might feel like a lot. Squeeze your shoulder blades in, tone your belly. If this is a lot, stay here, or you can squeeze your knees up off the floor. Head in line with spine. So notice if your head drops down, your shoulders drop down, right? So lengthen your neck. Okay, drop your knees back down, sit back into child's pose for a moment. We're gonna do another one, but let's take a breath here. Relax your shoulders. Yeah, head can go onto the block. That's a nice way to do it. Put on a little music. All right, come on, back up. Come back onto the block. Knees up or down, up to you. Okay, now knees up or down, up to you. Squeeze your pelvis off the block. See if you can hover an inch. Keep your shoulders down, keep your head lifted. Elbows are bent, elbows are at a right angle. Yes, yeah, elbows are at a right angle. Yes, good. And then press back to dog pose. All right, move your block to the side. So for today, I want you to really just think about the form of chaturanga. And if you can do that in the full form of the pose, knees off the floor, great. And if you need to put your knees on the floor to do it, put your knees on the floor and just work on the form for today. Inhale, come forward to plank again. Good. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga, knees up or down. Good. Drop down to your belly. Okay, two possible back bends for sun salutations. So you can do a little baby cobra here. That's here. Hands on the floor, chest lifted, shoulder blades hugging in. You could do a fuller cobra. This is actually not the pose that's in this sequence. The pose that's in this sequence is up dog, which is here, which takes more strength in the shoulders, but is less of a back bend. So cobra pose, let's start there. Cobra pose, baby cobra. Legs strong, elbows in, shoulder blades on the back. If that feels good, maybe you want to come up to a higher cobra, pelvis on the floor. So the pelvis does not lift the floor in cobra pose. If your pelvis is lifting, do up dog. So slide your hands back, come on the tops of your feet. Good. Don't collapse into your shoulders. Push the floor away, shoulders back, head back, legs strong. Okay, drop back down. Watch me for a second. So then there's this rolling over the feet action where you stay on your toes for as long as you can. That may or may not work for you. The key is that you're engaging your core, engaging your legs to make that happen, so you're coming from here. So this whole vinyasa, we're spending a little time here. We won't spend as much time every time. We're just spending a little time. It should be one fluid movement. So watch for a moment. We step back into plank. Then we exhale, we lower through chaturanga. That's one breath. We sweep forward. This is the traditional sequence. Nothing touches the floor except my feet and my hands. Hips up and back. Now that may or may not work for you. I gave you some other options, so you do the one that works for you. Come to plank. That's it. Chaturanga. Back bend. Sorry, Rachel. Back to dog. Sorry, I threw my thing. Good. All right. Take a few moments in dog to just breathe, pedal feet, however you like to move. Okay. And then from dog pose, we come back to Uttanasana. So you can step or you can hop. You can take 4 or 5 steps. You can take one big step. And then we fold. Strengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, we end in Tadasana. back to where we started. We're gonna do one more. We'll do another round together a little faster. So just feel your breath, feel the rhythm of your breath, and we'll try to coordinate movement with breath. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to plank. Breathe in here. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to dog pose. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. The end of that 3rd breath, step or hop forward, Uttanasana. On an inhale, lengthen your spine, rise up. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, one more round on your own now. Whatever that looks like for you, making it your own ritual. So whether those movements feel really ingrained or they don't, move with your breath. Inhale. Create your own ritual, your own practice. And our practice becomes ritual when we are fully present. Our awareness is present. Our awareness is focused skillfully on what we're doing. Our mind is here, participating fully. Whether we're pedaling in the dog or moving in the dog, holding steady or still doing some warm-ups, doesn't matter. Make it your own. Line it up with your intention. We'll meet back together in Tadasana, but take your time. Mountain pose, if you get there first, just be there. There's nowhere else to go. Okay, we're gonna come to Surya Namaskar C now. So this is a different version. This one has lunges. Inhale, arms up, starting in Tadasana, same way. Exhale, fold. We start the same. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, send your right leg way back. Good. Fingertips stay on the floor for this one. So you can come into a long lunge. Bring your fingernails and your toenails in a straight line across. Good. Make your back leg strong. Bend your front knee a little deeper. Take your heart forward and your back leg back. Good. Then from here, we step right into plank. Okay, so we worked on Chaturanga. This one has Ashtang Pranam, not Chaturanga. So drop your knees where they are. So you're in a low plank. Knees are back behind your hips. Then come to a cow tilt of your spine. So arch your back. Ashtang Pranam is knees, chest, and chin. So your hips stay up, your elbows stay in, and you drop your chest and chin down to the floor. Squeeze your elbows in, lift your butt up. Squeeze your legs in. That's it. And then inchworm, slide off your toes onto your belly. This sequence has cobra in it. So a low cobra or a middle cobra or a high cobra. Pelvis stays on the floor, shoulders back. So pelvis stays down, pelvis on the floor for this one. That's it. That's cobra. Pelvis stays on the floor. Good. And then back to downward facing dog. All right, let's talk about form in dog pose for a moment. So a shorter dog stretches the legs, the hamstrings, the calves a little more. A longer dog stretches the spine, the spinal muscles, the shoulders a little more. So maybe play with the two, see which one you need today. There's no right or wrong. There's different versions of the pose. See what it is your body is needing from you today. Make that choice with intention. And then create your pose with that intention. All together, we confirm the arms and the legs. We can lift the hips a little higher. We can stretch the heels a little lower. Nice, you guys. Okay, then step your right foot forward into the lunge. Back leg strong and long. Front knee bending. Spine nice and long. Hold for a breath. And then inhale, step forward to your forward bend. And rise all the way up. Exhale, back to Tadasana. All right, let's do another round a little faster together. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, slow hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, left leg back, lunge. Hold for a breath. Plant your hands, plank. Be here, be in plank for a moment. Drop your knees. Arch your back, lift your sit bones, lift your chest. Squeeze your elbows in, drop your chest and chin. On your next inhale, push off your toes, slide to your belly. Cobra. Pelvis stays down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in dog. Choose your dog. The idea with this is not that we're going by rote, but that as the movements become more familiar, as we, as our bodies learn, we say muscle memory. Our muscles don't have memory. Our brains have memory, but right, it feels like our muscles know what to do. Then we don't have to think so much about exactly where to place each body part because our bodies remember how to do it. So then our mind gets freed to be able to focus on being steady with the breath, focus on the intention. On your next inhale, step your left foot forward. Then it just becomes this flow of energy moving through us. And that is the purpose of the sun salutations. So just move energy through the body, through this ritual. Inhale, step forward to the front of your mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale with a long spine. Come on, all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Close your eyes. We're going to do now one round on your own. Step back with either foot. We've done both. You're going to do both, so it's okay. Step back with either foot. And again, it's not so much about remembering exactly the right way, the wrong way. Like now it's like we did it. Just be in the flow. Be with your breath. Inhale your arms up. Exhale on your own. Moving through one more round. Letting the breaths lead the movement. Letting each breath be a ritual of placing your awareness into the present moment. You get to Tadasana faster than your neighbor. It's okay, just be there. Breathing. Back to Tadasana. We land together. Our intentions aligned, our breath aligned, even though it didn't look exactly the same. We had that shared experience of moving together, that ritual. Okay, Surya Namaskar B. We did them a little out of order just because it makes more sense in the body than in the energetically to do it that way. Okay, Surya Namaskar B. There's a lot more poses. We add in Warrior One and there's more vinyasas. We'll go through it slow. We've been in all the poses already except for Warrior One. All right, inhale. Reach up with breath. Chair pose. Sorry, we didn't do chair either. Chair is part of Surya Namaskar B. So let's talk about chair. Hips back. Weight a little more in the heels, but toes still pressing down. Lower legs hug in, inner thighs widen out. We're trying to bring the thighs as parallel to the floor as we can, and the torso as upright as we can, to varying degrees of however that happens. Good. Exhale, fold over, Uttanasana. Step or hop to plank. The vinyasa in this sequence is the same as in Surya Namaskar A classically. So Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog, and back to down dog. But if you need to do a different version of that for your body, that's totally fine. We step the right foot up now into Warrior One. Right foot forward, left heel down. Come on up. So often we take time to line the pose up. Let's take the moment to do that. Yep. Heels are lined up with each other, or maybe a little bit of space right to left. The hip points are pointing as far forward as we can without putting torque into that knee, right knee over the ankle. Side body lengthening, Armpits back, shoulders back, head back. Yeah, full stretch into the pose. That's your warrior one. As we move through, it'll go faster, but just be here for a moment. Let it imprint. All right, and then in one breath, one exhale, we go hands to the floor, plank, chaturanga. That's one exhale. Of course, if you have to breathe more, breathe more. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Add in extra breaths where you need to. Left foot to warrior one. Take your time. Build the pose. Take a moment to just focus, feel what it feels like to embody the optimal alignment for your body in this moment. Let your body come into the pose, pour your awareness into the pose so your thoughts are here, your breath, and then energetically, the whole energy of your being, just become this warrior one. Okay, one exhale, ready? Plank, chaturanga, one exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths in dog. And again, whether you're holding or you're pedaling or you're in a short dog or a longer dog, let the intention for what you want to do just elevate the moment to this moment of connection, of ritual. Step or hop forward, chair. Hold, let the pose just imprint. Sometimes we hold and we work on the pose, and then sometimes we just let the pose work on us a little bit. Good, stand up. And exhale, release your arms. Okay, well, we'll do another round together, a little faster. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. If I'm going too fast for you, take your time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Chair, I forgot it. All right, we're skipping chair. We'll do it on the way back. Okay. Thank you, sorry. Back to dog. I always forget chair. I always forget chair in the sequence. I will be honest, I always forget chair in the sequence. All right. Okay. That's okay. We can skip another chair. Okay, right foot forward. Amy, you can do as many chairs as you want. Come on up, warrior one. One breath. See if you can just land into it. One breath. And then exhale, plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Left foot, warrior one. One breath. Just this moment, just this breath to elevate this moment to ritual. Exhale, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Good, 3 breaths in your dog. The end of your 3rd breath. That next breath in, step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Now chair. It's Uttanasana, then Utkatasana, then Tadasana. But you do you, whatever poses, whatever version. Okay, one more round on your own, go. Add chair or don't. Make it your ritual. Elevate the movement so that it's not just, an exercise class. The more we're moving, this is a sort of cardiovascular sequence, right? It's not to say that moving more is less spiritual, less yogic, less of a ritual. Can make anything into a ritual by just creating that sacred time. If you're thinking too much, let it go. Don't worry about it. Do something. Move and breathe. When you find your Tadasana, just stand for a moment. Feel the effects of the sun salutations. Done with those, we're going to go into some longer standing sequences now. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment to just be in the pose, to be in this moment, this breath. We're going to step into warrior two now. So step your right foot up. Take your time building the pose. We move together, and yet we move on our own. We find our own way of practicing, our own way of embodying these movements that have been done for so many years. Lean back towards the back leg first. That's it. Reverse warrior. Reach up, lean back. Good, straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. Firm the muscles of your legs, pull energy up into your pelvis, hinge up, and then cartwheel over. Right hand to something, bearing some weight into the right hand. Left arm to the sky. I'm skipping that because of my shoulder, but you can ignore me. Do your arm up. Good. We form the pose, the physical pose. Then we pour our awareness into it. We pour our consciousness, our energy through it, expanding it from the inside outwards. First, we do from the outside in and the inside out. We're going to step up into Ardha Chandrasana. So step forward into your right foot. Your right hand can go onto a block here. The left leg floats up. Yeah, take the block over to the pinky side, Robert, like more over towards Michelle. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good. Both legs nice and strong. Arms nice and strong. Stack hips. Stack shoulders. Good catch there, Donna. That's it. Good. Chapasana option. If you want to bend your knee and hold your foot, you can. You don't have to. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then release your foot, step all the way back into dog pose. Good. And then make the choice here. Hold, take a rest or a vinyasa. Do it with intention. Do it with the intention of making this moment a sacred moment for yourself. And it doesn't have to be, like a really reverent sacred moment. It can just be this sort of deliciousness of letting yourself enjoy your body, It can just be that. All right, left foot to warrior two. And again, purposely doing poses and sequences today, nothing complicated, nothing we haven't done many, many, many times before, so that we can just be here in the ritual of doing, in that repetition with intention. Lean back, reverse warrior. And then sometimes we come and we work on lots of new stuff and we make new things into the routine. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, come upright and hinge over. Triangle pose. Because here's the thing, when it starts to become rote in the way that our minds then are wandering off because we're not thinking about it and we don't have to think about it, but our energy isn't here, our thoughts aren't here, then we bring in some new poses to engage the brain a little bit more. All right, come into Ardha Chandrasana, step into your left foot, take your left hand out in front on the floor or on a block. Right arm to the sky. Yeah, any variation you like. Get steady on your legs, stack. Right hip over left, right shoulder over left. If you want to come to Chapasana, catch your foot behind you. Just be here, fully present, creating sacred space and time for yourself. All right, step back. Downward facing dog. Hold or flow. All right, let's drop down into child's pose for a moment. You can have these moments of sacred time as we're moving. Sometimes it's helpful to take these introspective moments where we don't have to work so hard in our bodies. This is what's so wonderful about our yoga practice. We can find the peace, the stillness, the intention in the movement. We can find the peace, the stillness, the intention in the holding, in the stillness itself. And we're sort of working it from all those angles. All right, find your way back to dog. But whatever way we're working it, we can let our intention elevate the moment to a moment of connection and a moment of ritual. Find your way to Uttanasana. And then come on all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. We're going to do a standing sequence from Tadasana. From the front of your mat, have some space behind you. You may want to have blocks in front of you. So if you've got blocks and you want to put them there just in case, put them there. All right. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, right knee up. Balancing on your left foot. Squeeze your legs and your arms together. Good. Now press your right leg straight out, or as straight as you can. And then as you inhale, lift the leg a little higher. Good. Now swing it back into warrior three. Hinge right from your hip. Take your torso parallel to the floor. You can take a different arm position if you need to. Okay, now right hand to the floor or a block, left hand to your hip for Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Legs straight. Right arm straight, pushing into the floor. Twist left, look up over your left shoulder without letting your right leg dip down. And then if you want to take your left arm to the sky, you can. Good. Right toes are pointing straight down. Nice, you guys. Yeah, if you want to take another variation, go for it. Okay, good. Drop your left hand. Step your right foot back. Drop your right knee down. If you need to grab a blanket or a fold your mat, that's fine. Anjaneyasana. So this is a deep back bendy lunge. So the knee is forward over the toes, if that's a reasonable thing for your knee to be. Then inhale, arms to the sky. Get tall first. Lengthen up out of your pelvis. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Sweep your tailbone towards your pubic bone and then curl into a back bend. Keep your navel towards your spine, your pelvic floor turned on, your low belly turned on. Lean back, reach back. Exhale, hands down. Good. Let's go back to dog. Hold in your dog, vinyasa opportunity if you'd like to do that. Let's meet back together in Tadasana. All right. You start in crane. Inhale, arms up, left knee up. Lift your knee as high as you can with the knee bent. Lift your chest, your arms up as high as you can. Good. Then straighten out your left leg or as straight as you can. Good. Hinge at your right hip. Torso parallel to the floor, leg behind. Get long. Drop your left hand to floor or block, right hand to your right hip. Twist to the right without letting your left leg sag down. Keep that left thigh lifting up. Yes. Turn your belly to the right, right arm to the sky. Keep your right hip, your right hip back, so the right side body stays long. Nice, you guys. Exhale, hand down, foot to the back of your mat. Drop your knee. Anjaneyasana, so a deep bend in the front knee, if that's a reasonable thing for your knee to do. Squeeze your legs. Inhale your arms up. Good. Lift up, lengthen up, curl back. Stretch down through your legs into your feet, lengthen through your spine, curl back a little more. And then make the pose itself, the ritual, the moment of intention, And exhale, release your hands and back to dog. Hold or flow. All right, drop your knees down to tabletop. Got ahead of us. All right, we're gonna come stand up onto the knees for Ustrasana. Okay, if you need to pad under your knees, pad under your knees. If you know back bending is if your back is not feeling particularly bendy today, you can put blocks next to you to land your hands on. That's a way to do it. Okay, toes tucked for less of a back bend, toes untucked for a deeper back bend. That's yogi's choice. If your back tends to bother you, squeeze a block between your inner thighs. That helps with that whole situation. Either way, pretend you've got a block between your inner thighs. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Tone your thighs and your glutes. Draw your tailbone down and tone your belly. Good. Hands to your hips. Slide your thumbs back. Lean yourself back. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. As you lean back, lift your breastbone towards the sky. Stay here or hands to feet or blocks. Neck long. Hold steady and breathe. Work your thighs over your knees. Work your breastbone, your sternum up towards the sky. And then with an in-breath, heart first, head last. Come on up. Good. Sit back onto your feet for a moment. Drop your tailbone. Steady your breath. One more back bend. Back bends are always like, I don't know, you can never do like, you got to do two. One is like the test in the griddle, you know, that first pancake never comes out right. You got to do more than one. All right, come on up. One more back bend, but it can be as gentle or as dramatic as you want it to be. Toes tucked for less of a back bend, toes untucked for more of a back bend. But either way, look back at your feet for a moment. That if the ankles are kind of bowing out to the side, the lower legs aren't participating, and we really want them to participate. So hug your ankles in. That's it. Legs nice and strong. Back bend of choice. Deep breath in, curl back. Take it to wherever you want to take it to. Make it your ritual, your pose, your moment. And then pour yourself into it. Body, mind, heart. Just be here. Creating sacred time. Sharing it with those in the room. Good. Inhale, come on up. All right. Moment for inversion now. So this is the place in the sequence where we go upside down. It doesn't have to all look the same. If you want to stay where you are, stay where you are. You can go hips on a block and legs up. You can come to the wall, do legs up the wall. You can come to the wall, do a headstand, handstand. You can stay where you are, do a headstand, handstand. If we need wall space, guys at the wall, you might have to move and make a little space. If you have no idea what you're doing or what you want to do, call me over and I will help you out. But let's make space at the wall for those who want to come to the wall. Yogi's choice. We go upside down together and yet make it our own ritual. Do you want a spot, Susan? You're going to stay. Okay. Yogi's choice. Yep. Yeah, Michelle, you can squeeze in there. Okay. If you need help, if you need a hand going up, if you need an assist, if you need direction, call me over. Do you want a spot, Barbara? No, you're going to stay. Okay. Thanks, Robert. Amy, bring your feet to the wall. Take your hands wider. Yeah, wider. Elbows in. So back a little. Actually, back a little bit. So palms flat. No, this way towards you. Yeah, so you can push your hands down. There you go. Yeah. Push your hands down so your arms are supporting you more. Excellent. That's it. Whatever variation you like. Be there really fully. Embody the pose. Nice, Michelle. That's nice. Good. if you try when you're up, not right now, I'm just doing when you're up. If you try stretching up through your heels,
Okay.
it might help you to feel like play with your feet a little bit. Sounds like a silly thing, but like your feet were sort of like, I'm not sure what to do. And if you get your feet really like both doing the same thing, it might help to find the balance there a little bit. Nice, Lisa. All right, if you're doing another one or another side or some other movement, take a moment to do it. Yeah, so try that. Yeah, squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your legs. Yeah. Yeah, yes. 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 Nice, Michelle. All right, rest when you need to rest. Did that feel a little steadier? It looked a little more steadier. Yeah. All right. Yeah, whatever. So we want to come out of the inversions gently. So whether you stayed on your back and your legs were up, let's come down slow. If you're in a headstand, take your moment to just, come to a forward bend or a child's pose. Take a moment to come up slow, easy. All right, and then let's find our way back. We're sort of all over the place, huh? All right, find a spot. I guess if you want to stay where you are. All right, we're gonna come to seated. Let's do some seated things. All right, if your legs, having trouble seeing everybody. There we go. All right, legs out in front. If your back feels tight, if your hamstrings feel short, sit up on a blanket because life's hard enough. Make it easier when you can. Roll your inner thighs down. Take the flesh from your sit bones. Okay, then Janu Shirshasana. Bend up your right knee out to the side. Sole of the right foot on the inner left thigh for this one. Left leg straight ahead. All right, push down into your fingertips, get long through your spine without lifting your seat. So keep your seat grounded, but lengthen your torso more. Roll your shoulders back. Good, then hinge, belly towards your thigh. Walk your hands forward. Your hands can stay on the floor, they can hold a strap, or they can reach for your right foot. Stage 2, forward bend. We let the spine just gently round. Let your head release, your neck release, soften. Let your breath become a little more chill, as my kids would say. Although, I don't know, I feel like chill has 17 different meanings. I'm not even sure exactly what they're saying. All right, come on up. Keep your right leg where it is. Swing your left leg out to the left. So now your right heel is towards its own inner thigh, not your left inner thigh. So right knee still bent. Yeah, if you want to turn on your mat, of course, that's totally fine. If you need something under your heel, you can put a blanket or a sock or a shirt or something. Okay, then left arm either on top of the leg or inside the leg towards the floor. Lean to the left, turn to the right, look up over your right shoulder, roll your right shoulder back. Good, then right arm up. I'm not doing that, I'm having a shoulder thing. And then reach over your ear for your foot. You can hold your foot with one hand, both hands, big side bend. Yep, you can reach towards your foot. That's it. Keep your right sit bone down, anchored as you reach to your right fingertips. Good. Stay present. Stay aware. Oh, I like that little prop, Barbara. That's good. The less the body has to do, the more the mind wants to wander off. So stay present, stay here. Inhale, come on up. Draw the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Hold your ankles, lengthen your spine. Hinge from your hips. Keep your sit bones drawing down, widen your knees to the side. And just let your spine, low back, middle back, upper back, neck soften. Just roll over, fold over, round over. Inhale, come on up, extend your legs out straight. Bend your left knee, Janu Shirshasana. Variation 1, sole to the inner right thigh. Yep, if you need to readjust that. Flesh underneath the sitting bones, plant your fingers, ground your hips, your pelvis, lengthen your spine. Hinge forward. Hands to the floor or the foot. Every time we turn to the breath and we place our attention in the breath. We are creating sacred time and creating intention. We are carving the pathway towards union, towards yoga, that yoking of all the energy body with the physical body, our thoughts with our heart, all of it. Inhale, come on up. Swing your right leg over to the right so the left heel is now to its own inner thigh. Good, side bend, right elbow to the floor. You could also go on top of the leg, left arm to the sky. Turn left first so that left shoulder stays back. And then sweep your arm over your ear, reaching towards your foot. And it doesn't matter if we touch the foot or we don't touch the foot. It's just that reaching, the intention of being here, of holding the shape of this pose, whatever that looks like in your body today. Yeah, that's it, Lisa. You get a little more side stretch that way. Good. Inhale, come up. Soles of the feet together. Peel the big toe sides of your feet apart a little bit. So press the pinky edge together, peel the big toe sides of the feet a little bit more wide, get a little deeper into the hips, fold again, hinge from your hips. That's it. You're wrapped around your toes. Just be mindful that you're not pulling your toes up and away from the floor. Really push your pinky toe down into the floor. That's just to keep the muscles in the lower leg active and to keep the knees stable as we stretch the hips. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Paschimottanasana. So you can be here, hands on the floor. You can be here. You can hold a strap. Of course, you can hold your feet. Reach for your feet. Let your head reach for your knees. Let your belly reach for your thighs. And that's the thing. It's just in the reaching that the practice happens. It's not that we ever have to get there. We don't ever really get there. You know, we call it a practice. It's never a performance. It's never, well, that was a performance and now we're done with yoga. You know, it's a practice. We're just here. And that can allow us to just soften a little bit, you know, can allow us to just be with what is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be reverent, but it can be sacred all the same. One more breath where you are. Inhale, come on up. Come to your back. And then either Supta Paschimottanasana, which is the upside down version of where we just were. That's here. I'm not on my shoulders. I'm not on my neck. I'm on my upper back. So that's this. If your hamstrings are not feeling cooperative about that situation, just come to a happy baby. And that's just another nice cool down moment, however you will. So final cool down pose. Your feet, your thighs parallel to the floor. If you're in that Supta Paschimottanasana, holding your feet, it's not a shoulder stand. It's different. Upward facing Paschimottanasana. That's it. Or a happy baby. Or anything else you want to do. Yeah. To just let your body cool down, to let your nervous system become a little calmer, steadier, more peaceful. And sit down a nice. Then as you feel ready, begin to make your way to Shavasana. Extending your arms and your legs. You know, if we weren't calling it Shavasana, it would just be, bye, no problem, see you. It'd just be a bunch of grown-ups doing nap time on the floor, which is all fine and good too. But it's the intention, right? It's the purpose and the meaning that we give to it, the sacredness that we hold the space for, that makes it Shavasana and not just nap time. And that's important, you know, on the physiological level, the level of the nervous system. It takes us out of the fight and flight where we find ourselves so often. So often we are in that just ready to go mode, way of being. In Shavasana, when we are awake and alert, and yet completely at ease and at peace, our nervous systems can settle more deeply. Sleep is important, but it's different. Shavasana is important because it gives the nervous system these moments to say, oh, I can be awake and aware and totally at peace. And if totally at peace is not the experience you're having right now, you're not alone in that. But you just move towards it in any way that you can by relaxing your body a little more, letting the eyelids become a little more still and quiet, noticing the need to fidget and just allowing yourself to not. And if that's where you stay this morning, that's fine. If that's all going easily, then you let the mind begin to empty out. You let thoughts fade to the background. Let your mind become this just blank canvas, wide open sky. When that becomes easier, you can turn towards your heart. You can turn towards the energy, flow of energy within you, around you. The energy that beats your heart and breathes your breath, that connects you to humanity, to community, to each other, and to the divine. Gently now, deepen your breathing. Take a moment to just notice your body, feel your body. Perhaps even here, remember the intention you set for the practice, come back to it as a moment of setting intention for the rest of your day. And then bringing it with you as you make your way to your side and back to seated. Here's the thing about ritual, the world is not in dire need of those who can recite prayers in perfect language by rote or sing the tunes of the prayers most beautifully or suspend themselves in a hyper-conscious state of blissful meditation or do the most perfect sun salutation ever. The world is in terrible need of kindness, of compassion, of generosity, of love. So yoga can be this ritual that brings us closer to ourselves, that brings us closer into community, that brings us closer to the divine and to this deeper connection. And in doing so, then hopefully we can pour more compassion, love, generosity out into the world. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let's bring our voices together one last time. Last Om if you'd like to join. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Sunday. Have a great week. Bye, Zoom friends.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Andrew joined me. Can you mark down another person?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Great day, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Welcome.
That was